So I'll start off with the first question and keep it blunt, like why blockchain?
To me?
Yeah, that's.
Right. I don't think I need this. So here's a couple of things. One is it's true cloud compute. Like what everyone's called cloud computing today just is not. You're just using someone else's computer. That's all it is. It's just shorter to say cloud. So the idea that you're having this ecosystem that you can build stuff on that people can interact with is really important. Because right now, if all these people were different companies, the way they would talk to each other is through API. You know, you have your own database, you talk to her, she has her own database. Through an API, you know, you try to do stuff together. The idea of blockchain is that it's this floor that we all sit on, that we all can see, we can talk to, operate on. And the reason why it's important to have it decentralized is look at Zynga. So we built an entire company worth billions of dollars on top of an ecosystem controlled by Facebook, which was fantastic until they turned it off. And billions of dollars of value disappeared. So that's something you need to always keep in mind, is that building on top of a decentralized ecosystem is 100 times more valuable than a centralized. So yeah, that's my why blockchain.
Manny, why did you choose blockchain for your startup?
I think I showed you the slide on how complex the advertising ecosystem is. There's a lot of transactions that happen, and I think to your point, for the first time, we're not stuffing a solution inside of HTTP. That's kind of nerd talk. But, it's actually a protocol that will bring transparency. It's really hard to sit up here and try to explain to you the complexity of the advertising between the browser or a mobile device. To be some type of ledger that says, hey, all of these things are happening, and when they do happen and you do transact, there's a record of it. And right now we're in a time in our industry where we have a big issue with understanding this transparency, and it's just because of all the interactions that are happening to actually serve that little creative in a browser or within a mobile device. So for me, blockchain was a real technology that was going to get rid of the human aspect of trying to reconcile all of these transactions and get them in a place where you can actually validate and verify and reconcile everything that happened, right? So it's a real technology that's going to solve a real problem. And while the infrastructure isn't completely in place, I love seeing all of you here and everyone here innovating and getting us to a place where we can actually transact. Could you imagine if this were real money coming out of your bank account? You wouldn't actually participate right now in advertising, right? Because you would go to zero and not know what happened, or you'd make a lot and be happy, but eventually you don't know where all of this is going. So that's why I think that this technology is incredibly important to clean up the ecosystem.
Anybody wants to add to that?
So I'll go back to when we first spent time together after being asked to be co-chairs, and something in the conversation we see there's obviously a lot of technical capability that's brings forward, but what's really the kind of the promise that I see and we saw in this was this value transfer. Like, first of all, understanding and recording the value, right? And ultimately being able to transfer value between parties, between the kind of capital and the advertising ecosystem that comes from advertisers, between the content creators, which are publishers, right, and the consumer. Like that kind of value transfer and exchange of value that can come beyond the first implementation, right? Through a ledger or whatever this use case, managed use case, or whatever use case on the panel here. But that value transfer was something that has been broken from the beginning. Right? The peer-to-peer nature of this was broken by the middlemen that had to provide trust. And that was something that we, both Michael and myself, recognized and believed in. So that's why it's a bit far away from where we're really at today, right? But it is that promise of being able to transfer value between parties was something that I think is a lot to do with where we're at in advertising today. Not just, frankly, not even just advertising, just digital transformation. Right? And that's what we're using. I'm going to take the coach out for a second and put Lance hat on. We haven't solved the problems of a lot of technical questions, a lot of interoperability challenges. But if we can all get behind that idea that we can solve that consumer problem, and the relationship that consumers have with the web, then we're really getting back to what the promise was of that big relationship with the community.
Putting off my picture hat, basically exactly that. Clean up the environment, the efficiency. From the advertiser standpoint, that's a win-win because our clients are constantly asking us, like, am I getting my money? And this gives us this group is investing a lot of time on our cycles looking into this. So we know this is coming down the line, and we are really hopeful that this actually will help us improve value to clients. And that's the reason why I'm sitting here. It's like, okay, this is interesting. Where's your time? Go. So, okay, coach your hat back on.
From Fusion 7 standpoint, we kind of jumped into blockchain selfishly because dealing with advertising agencies trying to collect data from disparate technologies across 20 different platforms on I/O, having to go through matching algorithms and manual processes to match that data to put it into a clearing engine to reconcile is an enormous headache. So we saw blockchain as an ability to fix that or help fix that. Now, on the other side, during the reconciliation process, which we automate today on a post-impression after we've collected the data, we found that a lot of agencies, I'm sure you guys can attest, that these planners and buyers are spending way too much time on manual labor trying to reconcile media spend on a daily basis instead of being able to put that towards revenue generating opportunities. So we saw blockchain as an ability to fix those two issues that are heavily weighing on the industry today.